I like what I'm seeing here. It's all very spicy, but maybe too spicy. You know, if we had not the Baneslayer and one more land and it was blue, I'd say go for it. If we had a Starnheim somewhere in here, I'd be much more tempted, but this is just scary. The opponent does get to go first, which means we're on the draw, and we do have the Scry land there. Yeah, I think I talked myself into that. It's not perfect, right? But here's a big combo, the KOMA Maskwood, and well, these cards are just good, right? You know, saw it coming, fantastic. Love Struck, fantastic. Baneslayer, throw me one down any day, baby. Opponent's going for the plains, and hey, there's the Starnheim right off the ripperoonie. So yeah, no, we actually just need a land at this point. If it's land, I'm loving it. If it's not, we're booing it because we're just looking for that action. Oh, let's go. It's a land. Best of all, it's a Scry land, so yeah, to get that extra copy of Maskwood out of here. We saw what happened when you give me 3 copies of Maskwood. It's a pain, but we can still win. Alright, so we do have the turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 play. Now we just need the... No! They saw it coming. They knew. You get it? It's a play on words for the card that I had in my hand. It's called Saw It Coming. It's... Man, the jokes are on fire today. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey guys, you mind if I join in? It's really only an Angels thing. Okay, what about now? Sure, I guess. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today, are you ready to turn everything into an angel and then make everything cost less and then have the biggest, baddest angel band and all the biggest, baddest lands? AKA, we're gonna be using Starnheim Aspirin alongside Maskwood Nexus alongside KOMA Cosmos Serpent in order to create KOMA's Cosmos Angels. That's right, the biggest, baddest magic band that ever was. Anyways, the idea behind the deck today is fairly simple and very straightforward. So turn 3, you're going to drop Starnheim Aspirant, right? This 3 mana 2/2 reads angel spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Well, that's really cool considering on the very next turn we're going to turn around and drop Maskwood Nexus and turn everything into an angel, right? Following that, we're going to be on turn 5. Everything's going to be an angel, which means it's all going to cost 2 less, which means we can now cast 7 mana creatures for 5 mana, which means turn 3 we go Starnheim Aspirant, turn 4 we go Maskwood Nexus, and turn 5 we go for the big KOMA, right? This 6/6 spell can't be countered, which is very important because a lot of the times the problem with casting these rather large spells is the fact that your opponent can usually just counter it for 2 mana or 3 mana max, right? Now, KOMA, why is it so important? 1, can't be countered, so we can get it down turn 5, and, well, even rogues can't stop us. 2, as soon as we get that blue serpent, which I'm going to get around to this in just a minute, as soon as we get to that blue serpent, then we can sacrifice it and choose 1. Tap target permanent. Cool beans, its activated abilities can't be activated this turn. It's a great way to either take out a planeswalker for your foe, or take out a creature, or whatever you may need taken out, right? Secondly, KOMA Cosmos Spirit can gain Indestructible if you sacrifice a Serpent. Cool thing about this interaction is because we have Maskwood down, everything's going to be a Serpent, which means our Starnheim Aspirant is going to be a Serpent, and in, you know, push comes to shove scenario, you can use KOMA, sacrifice Starnheim, and give it Indestructible, which is really nice, right? Because you don't want to have a creature come down and then be immediately removed. So don't forget that you can sacrifice Starnheim with KOMA, you know, if you take the standard line to get there. Now, KOMA is not the only huge benefit we get from this turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 play. We also have Cragplate Baloth, which again can't be countered, so really good against rogues and, well, any counter Andy out there, right? Furthermore, this creature has hexproof, which means it's coming down, can't be countered, and it can't be targeted, so the only way for your opponent to remove this is with board wipe. Now, yes, you're casting it down turn 5, but you're also getting a 6/6 haster with protection from almost everything except for board wipe. So really good. If you can get the kicker down, cool beans. You got a 10/10 now, right? And that's generally enough to finish the foe in a few swings. We also have 1 copy of Dream Trawler, and this is for the scenarios where you're doing fine, you're having fun, you're playing Magic, but then you can't hit your 5th land to save your life, like, well, what happens to me all the time, right? So the idea is Starnheim, Maskwood, and then Dream Trawler will only cost 4 mana instead of 6, so you can still cast it for the same mana cost of, you know, what you just cast to get down your Maskwood. Any Hoosers, that's going to be your top end cards. Now there is another really cool interaction down here with Orvar, the All Form. First and foremost, it's also an angel, right? Since it's a shapeshifter, it's automatically an angel, which means you don't need Maskwood in order to make this card cost less. So as soon as you get down Starnheim on turn 2, you can turn around on turn 3, you can turn around on turn 4 and get down Orvar for 2 mana, which is really nice, because if you'll check the 2 mana drop slot here, which I'll fix it for you, you'll see that the only 2 mana spells we actually really have is to foretell our cards. So Starnheim turn 3, Orvar turn 4, and then you either have a Sot coming or Behold the Multiverse to play alongside the Orvar. Of course, Sot coming will help protect your creatures and counter magic and blah 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 blah, and Behold is going to help you to scry and dig deeper and look for those bigger creatures. Now, another really nice thing with Orvar is we are playing 6 copies of creature defense in this deck, right? Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. And then, of course, we have this one, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. So, take these 6 targeted spells, and we can copy, well, our Crag Plate, which is, again, very deadly for our foe, Dream Trawler, or anything else. Furthermore, whenever a spell or ability causes us to discard this card, then we get to create a token that's a copy of target permanent, which means we can either create another Starnheim and make our cards cost 4 less, which I don't recommend doing that because you don't have your spells don't cost that much. Or you can copy, one of your bigger spells if you happen to have gotten it down already, Dream Trawler, Crag Plate, all that kind of stuff. Furthermore, we have Righteous Valkyrie, which reads, whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. As long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting, creatures you control get +2/+2. Now, why is this important? Because, again, Maskwood Nexus is going to turn everything into angels, which means when everything comes down, KOMA and his Serpents included, they're all angels. Even, the 3/3s that spawn up at the beginning of each upkeep, they're angels. So essentially, you're going to be gaining the 6 life, and then 3 life, 3 life, 3 life, 3 life, 3 life, which should be a fairly fast way to turn Righteous Valkyrie's secondary ability online, right? +2/+2 to all your creatures, and now when your Serpents enter the battlefield, they're 5/5s, which means you gain 5 life instead, and they're also bigger to swing in with, right? Now, Orvar, again, already an angel, will come down and proc Righteous Valkyrie right off the ripperoonie. Another thing to think about, as I had mentioned before, since everything is, well, all creatures, it means that your Bane Slayer and your Legion Angel are also Serpents. So again, if later on you want to sacrifice an angel for KOMA to stay alive, you very much can. And I know I made this mention earlier with Starnheim, but you can do it with any creature, so don't be afraid, right? Even the 1/1 white human creature token from Lovestruck piece turns into a Serpent once you have down the Maskwood. Anyways, the idea for the deck is very mid-rangey. If you can't tell, you have your 1-drops, which for the most part, Lovestruck will be the only one that actually gets cast on turn 1. You have your 2-drops, which for the most part are just for tail cards. And then your 3-drops. For the most part, you're aiming for Starnheim Aspirant into the Maskwood Nexus. But of course, if you can hit a Llanowar Visionary, draws you a card, also ramps you up a little bit. Really good. And then only 2 copies of Righteous Valkyrie, because again, we're looking to gain all the benefits off of playing Angels and blah 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 off of Maskwood. So you really don't want to see this turn 3. You'd rather see Starnheim or Llanowar. But I don't want to not take this out of, or I don't want to take this out of the deck, as I do think once you get those cards down, it's really good. Also, Starnheim Aspirant, even without Maskwood Nexus, will make Righteous Valkyrie only cost 1 mana, which is insane, because that means turn 4 you can drop a Starnheim and a Righteous in the same turn. Furthermore, it'll make Legion Angel only cost 2, and it'll make Bane Slayer only cost 3. So you still do have a line of Angel plays here, including the Orvar, right? That way you don't have to have the Maskwood in order to reduce the spell and cost of some spells and, get down some bigger stuff. Anyway, speaking of Legion Angel, it's a fantastic card. It's 4 mana, it's 4/3, it's an Angel, which means, again, it automatically gets reduced by Starnheim, no Maskwood necessary. It has flying, and you can pull copies out from your sideboard, which is probably the best part about it, right? Next up, we have Bane Slayer Angel, 5 mana, 5/5, flying, first strike, and lifelink, and it has protection from demons and from dragons, which means it can take out Goldspan, and it can take out Immersion Predator, which is fantastic, right? Anyways, moving us along, we do have 2 copies of the Great Hinge, and of course, if you're going to be playing these big creatures down on turn 5, you know, Koma's entering the battlefield, blah, 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 then you're going to want a Great Hinge as it's almost pretty much free, right? Anyways, all that being said and out of the way, that's going to pretty much do it for the deck tech breakdown. Sorry, it took us a little longer this morning, but hope you all enjoyed nonetheless. Hope you've been enjoying the intros and new thumbnail styles as we are trying to sort of update the channel one piece, one building block at a time. So let me know if you are enjoying / are not enjoying the new stuff. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into the matches. If you have been enjoying, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and of course, subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you want to see more one-of-a-kind content. Alrighty. Luke. We'll keep this just because I do already have the combo here, the Starnheim into Maskwood, so it kind of sort of already works itself out in a weird way, and I'll certainly take that weird way. We also already have our 4 mana, so all we're really looking for now is that 5th mana and the Koma, and well, I'll be handy dandy. One thing we might want to think about here is the fact that we have the Snakeskin Veil, and Starnheim is only a 2 health creature, which means things like Bone Crusher, which our opponent may have, can take it out. Now, the fact that we haven't drawn it into a Koma yet, which sounds weird, I'm going to keep Starnheim back for 1 turn, okay? I know, they're going to get in 4 points of damage here, whatever, I think that's fine, okay? We'll be alright. But I think saving the Starnheim for sure will be better. Warden of the Chain, I like that. It's a card I, you know, once upon a time tried to get to work. We're going to go and activate this and pull out additional white mana for the Baneslayer. I see the Great Hinge, but if we don't get a creature to really reduce the cost of Great Hinge, we're never going to get it down anyways, right? So let's do that. Anyways, they're going to draw 2 cards here. A little TOP action. Or I guess it's TOTP. Anyways, opponent's going to smack us for 8 here. Things aren't looking fantastic, that's for sure right now. They've got a lot of value rather quickly. No! Alright, well, the good news is we can play the Baneslayer because I played the white mana and still keep something like Snakeskin Veil up, and we can also gain mana off the Baneslayer defending, so, you know, we're not necessarily out of this quite yet. If we draw into some green mana on the next turn, we could hit a Great Hinge. We could also hit a Maskwood Nexus down. We do have 4 mana, but again, I want to keep at least Ranger's Guile or Snakeskin available. Alright, show me the money, Luke. What do you got for me? It's bad that we hit the 3 copies of Maskwood. It's not really what we needed. This is an Unleash Fury. I'm gonna fling my creature at your face deck, right? Ooh. Yeah, well, that doesn't work. Unless, do they have another ram through? Because they do have a token over there. They do have a little token. Scorching Dragonfire? Yeah, you know, 3 damage doesn't necessarily take out 5, but sure. So they do have a lot of damage here. We're going to be able to take out the trample before that damage goes through. They'll still be able to... Oh, never mind. So we didn't hit a land, and we did hit another creature, which is good. I kind of want, I feel like I have to swing in with Baneslayer, honestly. That leaves us vulnerable, you know, because Baneslayer negates that trample damage because we can just first strike, take out the creature. If I swing in here, we know Terror can't really afford to block, and we can trade with Terror. I think we have to swing in with the Baneslayer. We still have some protection, so that's good. This will put us back to 14 life. And, you know, I mean, I guess we could always go for a Legion Angel army. They do cost really, really cheap right now, so... Starnheim putting in work. Leafkin Avenger, going to be trying to take out our Legion Angel, I'm sure, here. right? Yeah. And I do this, so it now has hexproof. Also a 5/4. Alright, they're taking out the Starnheim finally, but you know, we got our value out of it. It allowed us to get down 2 angels for 5 mana total. 2 very strong angels, by the way. Alright. We block and take that out. Or do we not? And we go back to 6 life. I think I have to block it. I don't love it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. There's some more land, finally. So we can go for the Great Hinge here, and then after that, we'll still have 4 mana for the Legion Angel. Actually, coincidentally enough, that sounds like a fantastic play, and probably the one we should do. I see the 3 Maskwoods, but we're only dealing with our Angels right now anyway, so realistically, we're fine. Let's grab some more green mana. That's not how we want to tap. No, 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 game. Let me show you a thing or two about tapping the mana. Okay, there we go. It's a ordered thing. You gotta figure that out, computer. All right, well, I feel like we gotta swing in here because I want to gain the life. Like, what if they play a 6-power creature and they just take out Baneslayer before she even gets to block next turn, right? So I want to get the life gain. I want to get the damage in before that's a possibility. Although she does have protection from dragons, right? Yeah, so Terror can't ever select Baneslayer, huh? And Baneslayer can forever just annihilate Terror. Well, that's pretty cool. So they bricked on a top deck there. They hit a land. We still have a Snakeskin, another Legion Angel coming down next turn. I think we got this game in the bag. Yeah, we'll keep trading. It just makes good sense for us because the Legion Angel is like continuously replacing itself. So why not, man? Why to the not? All right, again, we don't need to play the Maskwood yet necessarily, right? So let's just go for the Winarooski. Never mind. Hammett? Suge? I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. We can keep this 7. I don't necessarily love it, as we don't have any blue mana available. But we can make it work, and that's all that really matters, right? So I think we do run out the forest. Well, here's the thing. If I run into a Starnheim, I'm going to want to get it down. Well, that made things so much easier. All right, so let's go ahead and run out the Lovestruck Beast. They're going to be thinking that we're Adventure, but we're not really. We're Bant Angel mid-range deck. I don't know really what to consider this, you know? It's got a lot of different angles that it attacks from, so to speak. So let's get down some blue mana, right? And would I rather draw or counter? Well, I mean, I would rather draw, but it's a vicious, you know, magician eat magician world. It's very cannibalistic in the world of Magic, and so I gotta, you know, protect what's mine, so to speak. I don't want to see my Lovestruck Beast get eaten, is what I'm saying, all right? I'm not trying to see him turned into a lamb kebab, or is that accurate? You know, I see the horns and I just sort of assume it's in the lamb goat family. Anyways, the nice thing about this turn is we get to play the Scry land here, which was my plan, right? Play Scry land, keep up counter magic. I didn't plan on drawing into the Snakeskin, I'll admit that, but it is rather nice because it means when we do play our Lovestruck, we'll also be able to protect it. So, more mana. How do I feel about more mana? I mean, yeah, I'm actually okay with more mana at this point currently. So we're gonna keep getting them for the 1, and in the turn they're like, aha, Bobby, I got you. You thought you were gonna get your Lovestruck down on 3, but you had a tap land. The opponent's already at 5 mana, might I add. That is a lot of mana there. What you doing with all that mana in your trunk? I kind of want to leave the mana for the Sock Coming and actually go ahead and foretell this over, you know? Like, I know I'm playing kind of like a little... Well, y'all know how the rest of that saying goes, but I feel like I need to. You don't know what's up with these Abzan players. You commit too much to the board, and next thing you know, they throw Yorion down. Actually, I'm really most afraid of what is it, binding the old gods or binding old gods? I think I'll always add a word in there, so not sure. Opponent. Alright, well, sure. Let's behold the multiverse then, shall we? Llanowar Visionary, really good, and more more mana, but it's a fabled, right? It's a fabled, and we have to value that a little bit higher, I think. You know what, just give me those two. I'm sure there's something better we could have seen, something more akin to our combo, but I'm not gonna complain. So, go for the Lovestruck Beast here. Next turn, line ourselves up for the Great Hinge, right? We can also still have counter magic available. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this Fabled. Y'all know how many times I've like, oh, I'll just grab this out of my deck, and then I don't have, you know, X cards. So let's just use it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the island as well, so I don't have to worry about blue tapping and things not going the way I wanna. You know what, let's go ahead and go next combat, swing in. It doesn't seem like they have any instant speed spells here to deal with this. Let's just get down Lovestruck. Let's go for that Great Hinge, you know? If I can draw 2 cards off the back of a Llanowar Visionary, hey, color me happy. Also, this will give us enough mana to get down Maskwood and essentially not really worry about it. Cultivate, you let those go through. We're not the kind of counter deck where we can afford to throw our counter spell at every card they have, and that's how we win. There are counter decks like that. We're the kind of counter deck where we're just really looking for their key cards, and we're looking to sort of edge out our... Yeah, see, like that? That's a good card. That's a good card because it's ramp and it's destruction of the card that's going to allow us to get down the Great Hinge, right? And that's kind of key here. We want the Great Hinge. We want to feel great. Do I want more green mana or more white? I think I want one more white mana, right? So then that way I can have that, pay that and that. Okay. I wanted to set myself up for the Llanowar Visionary, have Snakeskin mana sort of ordeal. Y'all know what I'm saying. There's our Starnheim, beautiful. And we already have the Maskwood, right? Can we afford to play? We can play both in the same turn and have Snakeskins available? That sounds fantastic. Alrighty, well, we do have a lot of lands in hand. Maybe I shouldn't have kept so many earlier. Oops. Alright, well, that's a little rough. We just got to resolve that. Snakeskin doesn't protect against one of those, so you throw them a nice, throw them a bone. They also have the World Tree, so you know, gotta be careful about that. All right, let's go Starnheim. Ooh, saw it coming mana. If I do this though, we will not have that mana available. Could foretell it for 2. Now we still won't have mana for Maskwood, but it'll mean at a future date, you know, like next turn, we will have mana for Maskwood and Snakeskin and Saw It Coming, so that's all fine. It's all fine and dandy. We can't do anything about them sacrificing this, right? I kind of want to counter that, honestly, but they don't have really the devotion for it, so maybe I don't worry about it right now. Maybe I worry about, you know, something bigger, whatever they're foretelling. That's fine as well. That's fine. Alright, my turn. Righteous Valkyrie for 1 mana, that feels good. And it's already an angel, so, you know, we don't really need to drop the Maskwood prior to playing it. Plah, 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 plah. Super happy I have this pop filter, by the way. Another land. That's uncanny. Super uncanny. Alright, well, let's get down the Maskwood Nexus then, and we'll have, you know, Saw It Coming mana and Snakeskin still available. We can also make a Shapeshifter if we want to. Which, the opponent's getting really low on life. We actually... Ooh, never mind. Gaining the life with the altar. Forgot about that because that card's it's never played. If I'm being honest, it's hardly, rarely ever played. Reveal? Go for it. Heliod. Do we have to worry about that? I don't think so. Heliod doesn't come online, right? It's only gonna have a devotion of 4, so we can resolve that. Devotion of 3? I thought I got double devotion. Oh, add 1 devotion. Right. Increased by 1. I thought it doubled. Alright, well that's fine. Even better. Doomscar, and we say no, sir. Or madam. You know, you never know. You never know. And then we create. And then with snakeskin, you know, should be good. Also the buff from the Valkyrie there. Let's see, Starnheim, go! And it costs less, it only costs us 1 mana because we have the Starnheim down, right? So from there, we just sort of try and draw more creatures and take our foe out. Also, we had 14 points of damage on the board, so realistically, I shouldn't have played that Starnheim. I should have just attacked, alright? But GG there, foe. Anyways, Cryptic Minds 31. We get to go first, and we have the Starnheim KOMA, which means all we're really looking for here is the Maskwood Nexus and 1 more land, baby. And the beautiful thing about our hand is we have 2 scry lands leading up to, no thank you, leading up to our Starnheim, which means we should be able to either find that other land or find the Maskwood Nexus or greatly increase our chances. We also have Behold the Multiverse, which means we can even further increase our chances. Now here, I kind of actually want to go ahead and foretell that Behold the Multiverse, but actually, do we need to, or is a scrying immediately better? Nah, I think we should, you know. But that does slow us down if we do hit that. Alright, let's go ahead and scry 1 more time, right? No. Don't pass up the value. Y'all know me, I'm flip-flop. Here's the thing. If we don't foretell it and we scry, we do have a better chance of hitting our Maskwood sooner, so to speak, right? Because we could hit it on the next turn or have a greater chance of hitting it. And also, if we don't foretell the Behold, then come turn 4, after we drop the Starnheim, we could drop, you know, Behold just for regular cost. So you do have to remember that when you foretell something, it's not like you're just paying the foretell cost. You're also paying the 2 mana prior, right? So here, I do kind of want to drop the Lovestruck 1/1 and the Behold the Multiverse, since Starnheim isn't necessarily set up yet. Because you know, they're showing blue-red. I just feel like it's gonna get bone crushed, and I don't have any way to protect my Starnheim quite yet. And I don't want to see her go so soon, right? If at all possible. So let's go ahead and behold that multiverse, the whole thing. Hold it in all of our hands if we can, shall we? Nope. They're gonna see it coming, and they're gonna say no siree. I don't think so. Hey, there's the Maskwood, and we have English chance. We have our 5 mana, which means I realistically just need Starnheim to live, you know, until it's time. Righteous Valkyrie, I mean, that's a fun card, so sure, you just stay tucked over there in the pocket, if you will, if you shall. So let's go Starnheim. Don't counter this and don't destroy it, please, Cryptic Minds. You look like the kind of player that plays the 1 mana. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Mostly in myself, because I saw it and I was like, but I saw it too late. It's alright. Because we're going to get down to Lovestruck. Then they're going to feel bad. So I kind of do actually still want to drop the Maskwood. But it doesn't actually give us any benefits this turn, you know? Ooh. Well, I'll bite my tongue then, because there's the other Starnheim I needed. Beautiful. So, if I drop Starnheim on this next turn, it will reduce the Righteous Valkyrie cost to 1, as well as the Lovestruck Beast to 1. So I can get down Starnheim, get down Valkyrie, and then get down Lovestruck Beast all next turn, all for 5 mana, which sounds fantastic. And then on the next turn, of course, KOMA is going to be reduced by 2, so I can get it down for 5 mana if our Starnheim can live. This sounds dirty. Now, they could just counter our Starnheim, in which case we're going to be having a very rough time. So let's go next to combat. Let's swing in. I feel like they have the counter magic. They're just showing it too heavy. But you can't play like a little scaredy cat all the time. You got to jump out on that cliff and take a risk. They had the counter magic. Am I disappointed? Yeah, sure. You also have to think that they've already played a copy of Saw It Coming, so them having that second copy of Saw It Coming there means they shouldn't have too many more copies, ideally within the top 30 cards, right? That should be theoretically what they are left with. They see our play and they said, well, I'm just going to bounce it back into your hand because I'm a boring Andy and I don't like anyone to have any fun. I can play Righteous and Love Struck still here. Sure. They ruined our other plan, so let's just go for it. Let's, you know, change our plan. Instead of going for this super early Koma, now that we're already at 6 mana, let's just, you know, if we draw one more land, let's drop it for the normal price, right? Anyways, getting down to Love Struck and Righteous means the opponent needs to start dropping some creatures now, or needs to, you know, figure some way to destroy ours. Which they do have, what is that, 5 mana? Does it deal 4 damage to non-giant creatures? I'm a little worried about that, I'm not gonna lie. So we didn't hit a land, but I did hit a snakeskin, which is really valuable, right? A way to protect our creatures. If they want to counter our Maskwood, you know, hey, use your 3rd copy of Saw It Coming on my janky card. Sure, I got a Koma, not that they can counter that, but I also have a snakeskin, and they most certainly could have countered that, and, well, I think that would have been a better value proposition, but whatever. Whatever. So that's 3 Saw It Comings down. That means they should only have 1 more of the Saw It Comings in their deck. Not to say they couldn't have other counter spells, but again, they have a giant here, which means they only have 2 other cards in hand. Again, Koma can't be countered, so that sounds... Did they think about that? Koma the Cosmos Serpent that can't be countered? Anyways, they got the Glimpse to Cosmos here because they dropped the Tectonic Giant, so they're gonna have a nice few little look-sees here. They hit some really good draws off the top, I'm not gonna lie. All the glimpses, all the Saw It Comings, like, that's a pretty banging draw there, my friend. Pretty banging draw. And Tectonic's really not a great giant. I'm not gonna lie, I think people sell it short as far as its full value. They're gonna try for a Bone Crusher, and I'm sorry to tell you, but no siree, get out of here. Bone Crusher? Go crush someone else's bones, but not this one. Not today. Now, they may block with Tectonic Giant. I think that's fine. Let's gain some life, shall we? Alright, so I put the counter there, which means we can't swing in with our Love Struck. Unfortunately, that was Snakeskin and not the other one. I forget what the other one is. It's like Ranger's Guile or something like that. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, 2 Righteous Valkyrie. We still haven't found another land, so no Koma for us, unfortunately. It makes me a sad boy. But a board wipe would also really hurt. Shatter. Just lobbing them. Just lobbing them. Well, on the bright side, we got a Legion Angel, so we are going to have, you know, something to play from here on out, thanks to ye old Legion Angel. Man, I love this card. You just draw it once, and then you play it once, and you got another one, and you got another one, which means if you ever have a dead draw, or every time you have a dead draw, rather, you just play a Legion Angel. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So we are going to block with our Love Struck Beast here. If they want a Bone Crusher onto our Love Struck Beast, which I could definitely see happening, fine by me. We'll get rid of their Tectonic. We'll sort of clear the board up a little bit. They'll probably still drop the Bone Crusher thereafter as they have plenty of mana, right? But we don't have to worry about that. We're looking to better and brighter days. The next time we draw a land, we get a Koma. We get a big old snake. So let's go for the 2 points of damage here. Brazen can't block it, so we don't have to worry about that. It's a 4/5. Alrighty, but now we know what we're dealing with, so we can drop the Bane Slayer, right? How's that feel? I got a first strike. 5/5. Hiya. Hopefully they don't have anything to deal with it, like a Brazen. That would be kind of bad. Goldspan. Goldspan's not fantastic for us, but depending... Another Goldspan. Again, not fantastic for us. But hey, there's the land and there's the Koma, right? We need 2 green and 2 blue, and we got that all day, baby. All day. All right, Koma. Do your thing. Now, I can swing in with Baneslayer. It will take 2 of their creatures, 3 of their creatures blocking it in order to stop Baneslayer, right? Because you can, if only 2 of them block, then I can take out The first and the second won't kill it, which means it would take all 3 blocking it, which means I get my free choice on what I want to take out. But I think it's better left as a blocker, and then, you know, we got the KOMA that's coming in with the big 3/3s. We got a Legion Angel we can play next turn, so I think we'll be all right. They're going to drop the Brazen preemptively here. I don't really understand why, as they don't gain anything advantageous from that, but sure. They're swinging in. You got to think that they got the Ember Cleave, which of course is not fantastic, but you know, what are you gonna do? You just gotta block. Am I right? We're definitely blocking the gold span, right? That's how that works. So is it the Ember Cleave, or is it some destruction, or blah 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 blah? Bone Crusher. That doesn't that doesn't do what you want it to do, though. I don't think they thought that through fully, but sure. Hey, we're still at 16. Baneslayer's living. We're winning the match. Let's go.